Alright, this is the Y6 Scorpion by Walkera. Just received it from myrcmart.com a couple of days ago. It's completely stock now. The only thing I have changed is I put microDean's plug on it because that's what my chargers are. My programmable charger is, and that's what my batteries are. It does come with a charger though, the new style charger that will charge 2 Walkera batteries at once. Other than that, it came with a spare set of propellers, so that means 6 propellers, 2 orange and then 6 black ones. And it came with the CD, small screwdriver, bind plug, and 1 battery. And it's quite nicely packaged actually, this one. This comes in a box that's got a double opening on it, so it opens from the top and the bottom. And yeah, I thought the box was quite neat that this came in with. And also I added little LED batteries for the, LED lights, 2 blue ones at the front and 1 orange one at the back. 1 red one at the back. But that only takes a few minutes to do that. So I got the little lights on there, and then the Dean's plug, but that's it. Everything else is stock. I have tried it once or twice now, and I found that I had to reduce it flew perfectly fine out of the box, but if I flew it aggressively, I'd get a little bit of oscillation with it. So all I did is, let me show you here. I'll lift up the canopy. There's a pot on there, which is right here. A little pot that you can adjust the gain, and it comes the tricopter comes with a little plastic screwdriver that's meant to adjust that, so you can adjust the gain, the gyro gain on it. So I lowered it about 10 minutes, like if you were to look at a clock. So yeah, about 1/5 of a turn or so, and then it's flying much better for me now. Yeah, that's about all I did with it. I adjusted the gain on there, and I programmed my transmitter, and it's flying very, very stable. I'm going to actually show you in a minute here. It's super stable. It's actually quite a fun little craft, frankly. So let me just connect this now. Turn on my transmitter, and I'll show you something. Okay. I'm going to turn on the transmitter. One thing I found with this, and I'm not sure if it's because I have too many models in my transmitter that are using the same fixed ID, but fixed ID will not work with the receiver on this, so you can't use fixed ID. But it's okay. Like you see, it's bound already now. It's ready to go. Let me just test it. My finger on here. Yeah, there you go. And one thing I found that's a little bit different with this compared to flying a quad is having the 6 propellers. When you release the throttle, it'll actually keep going up for a while. This thing is so incredibly light. It's tiny, and it's got 6 propellers on it. So when you let go of the throttle, it will not fall down immediately. Like, it'll actually stay up with just like the propellers that are still spinning. And also, one thing I thought was really nice on this quadcopter, if we compare it, let me just clip the canopy back on. At the back I had this clipped down to show you the RX. One thing that's quite neat is the booms, the arms on it, are quite big for this size, so they're not going to be easy to break, that's for sure. They're bigger than the Lady Bird's booms, and there's only 3 of them on this, as you can see. They're quite bigger than the booms on the Lady Bird, the QR Lady Bird, so I think these are quite sturdy. Oh, I forgot to show you something. I'll unplug this. This small aircraft has 2 modes on it. You can see now, I've got a red light turned on there. Now, I've got it set up on there as per the factory settings. If I move my mix switch position to watch the light turns green. This means I'm in acrobatic mode now. This tricopter is capable of doing back flips and rolls and front flips, and it also has the 6-axis mode, which will not flip, but it stabilizes itself quite well, so it's very good for beginners. Now let me go back to red, and this is 6-axis, and green is 3-axis acrobatic mode. So I'm going to fly indoor today, so I'm just going to use the 6-axis because I don't need to pull flips or anything like that. So let me put the canopy back on now. Quite easy. Just push back on down like this. There we go. And now let's have a look at this flies for us today. Got all my trims set to center on this now. So I might have to trim it just a little bit after I take off, and then I'm going to show you the stability on it. Alright, let's have a look. Looks like I will not need much trim at all. I'm quite experienced flying these little guys now. Well, a little quad anyway. So I've got the setting set quite high now. I've got the aileron and elevator in my transmitter set to 150%, and I also have the rudder set to 150%. But that's up to the pilot. Now check it out. This is hands off here. This is hands off, no hands, incredibly stable. All right, check it out. No hands. This is like, it's moving forward a little bit, not much. Incredibly stable. Let's have a look at this a bit. And of course, as the battery drains on it, you need to sometimes trim it just a little bit, but that's normal. It's pretty much any aircraft. It's quite fast actually. I'm quite impressed with it. I really like this little guy. Check out the stability on this. This again is hands off now. No hands. Incredibly stable. This is in 6-axis mode now, so it will not flip on me. I will be showing some flips with it in another video, outdoor video. It's evening now, and I've been working. I work a lot during the week, so I don't have time to show too much filming. But on the weekend, I'll have time to go outside and show some outdoor flying to show more performance of this little guy. The yaw response is quite good. The rudder response is quite good, as you can see. It's spinning quite fast, so there's no issues with being able to have control over this. You know, I think that this is the kind of quad that experienced pilots, not a quad, sorry, tricopter, experienced pilots will have fun with this indoor. Makes for a really good indoor little flyer to have fun on rainy days, flying around your office or flying around your living room or kitchen. But it's also something, having the 6-axis on it, which is incredibly stable, it's something that's quite good for beginners to learn the controls, learn orientation, like this, flying nose in, right? And just learn the controls, basically. It's quite a very nice little quad, little tricopter. It's very responsive. The cyclic response and the throttle response quite crisp. And so there's no issues with controlling it. Basically, it goes exactly where you point it to. And I have not tested flight time yet. I would assume that the flying time is probably a little bit less due to having 6 motors. But really, if you can get, you know, anywhere from 4 or 5 minutes flight time with it, even if it was only 4 minutes, it's pretty darn good for little
aircraft like this. The idea is to get a few batteries and then you don't have to worry about it. Just change the batteries and go back and flying. They are brushed motors, 6 brush motors on this. So it's important to let them cool down between flights. You don't want to overheat the motors. But check out the yaw response. Whoop! It's a fun little toy here. This is super fast. And it's so tiny, it's just ridiculously cute. I believe this is probably the smallest tricopter Y6 in the world right now. So it's, it's basically beating world record. So it's kind of cool to have one. Let me land now. All right. So this is just a quick overview here of the Y6 Scorpion by Walkera. As you can see, it's very, very stable. It's stunning how stable it is, and it flies super well. Like I said, all I had to do is reduce the gain on it a little bit, the gyro gain on the receiver, which it's there for a reason, right? It's there exactly for that. It's there in order for you to adjust it to your flying style, to be able to tune it up or down depending on how you fly. I like to fly it, as you could see, I like to go a little bit fast going forward and then stopping quickly and moving back, and so I needed to reduce the gain a little bit. I would assume that for a beginner buying this, just flying around your house or outside, you probably don't need to do anything with it. Just put the battery in and go fly. So that's all for now. Hope you enjoyed the video. All right, bye.